Okay, so in my last video blog, I talked about, my network and what I'm doing and how it's growing. And I didn't go too into detail, but I talked about how the network's based around me, right? And I'm the network, and I'm the face of the network, and I'm the imagery of the network, and I'm the movement behind the network. And you ask yourself, what does that mean? How does that make any sense? How does that make business sense, right? Because if you think about a network, like you want to network around like a Puff Daddy or Donald Trump or some big celebrity person, you know what I mean? Because they're popular, like who am I? I have like 4,000 Facebook friends, like why would I perceive that I could create a network and anyways. So the root of the idea, I don't know if it's the root of the idea, but it's the most tangible part of the idea that a person can grasp to see what I'm actually doing, right? Okay, so whether it's television or internet or whatever, any medium that provides content that people look at, most of their money comes from advertisement. You know what I mean? Like, most of it comes from advertisement. So what that means is to say that Facebook makes its money from ads, or Google makes its money from searches, and the ads that are associated with those searches. NBC makes money from commercials, in the middle of, their TV shows, right? Okay, so what I'm bringing to the table is an advertisement model that I've executed pretty much my whole career, and it's really gave me like the ability to work for different companies and at a high level inside of businesses because of this unique angle. And a lot of it has to do with community-based organizing, right? And so I say like, hey, you know what? Instead of going to the brand and say, hey, give me X amount of money to run these ads because I'm gonna have all these millions of people look at it. Because even after people look at it or they click on it, they still gotta go and buy it, and they still gotta go into a store, or they still gotta order it, or it's a whole process, right? So the ad is just kind of like the entry level. It's kind of like, I exist, I'm here, check me out. But there's a whole extensive process for a person to actually purchase a product from some manufacturer or service provider or whatnot, right? Okay, so what I'm saying is that I'm creating a community where I'm gonna be able to do all of that at once. Like, I'm building a community of people that fit into a certain ideology per se, and on a grassroots level, because we're all connected, we're one, we're gonna have connection with each other. We could do anything from physically going to stores, download apps, test products, do market research, focus groups, all types of stuff from a grassroots level. So we're saying, like, say for instance, like a cell phone app, right? These big cell phone apps are selling for billions of dollars. Wall Street is saying, they're worth like $100 a pop, right? $100 per member, not the app, but the members inside, the members of the community that are inside the app are worth $100 a piece, right? Okay, and so from there, they're calculating the worth of these companies. So some of these apps have tens of millions of members, so you could get an idea how much they could be worth at $100 a pop, right? Okay, so I'm going out creating the same type of a community of the cell phone app, but on a grassroots level, which gives the company an intrinsic worth value. And then because of that in-depth relationship of the community, I'm able to provide things advertisers or manufacturers can only fantasize about. So in the past, all the networks and everything that I've created were mostly through like shows and artists and concerts and all types of external things, you know what I'm saying? Like things outside of me, things that I saw really illuminated what I was trying to express. And I got over that, like, with the New Boys, it was like, like, I mean, like, to this moment, like, they, you know what I mean? We should still be #1 on the charts, but it's like, I was communicating my ideas through them. So you see their interviews, you hear what they were saying when they were doing Skinny Jeans and the mic, and then you see like, oh wow, like that's in line with you hear me write and talk about for years before I even met the New Boys. And so, but as time went on, it was like this person came in and that person came in, and you started getting famous, and I've always just had it. The point is, I said, instead of creating things that express the idea, why not just build it around myself and my personality? So we're saying 24 hours of programming, all built around a person getting the logic, getting the mindset, getting the focus around how to achieve their dreams. Not just by me, obviously. There's going to be a lot of people involved and a lot of, talented individuals that are going to bring knowledge and movies and shows or whatnot. But in order to leverage that, it's about the community. So that's what I'm saying. I'm out on a grassroots level, meeting with people, making those connections, building those partnerships to leverage content. Content is like the last part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like anyways, I'm not gonna say that. But the point is, the key thing is, I'm going out, I'm organizing around the concept. The content is just fueling that movement. That network is worth billions of dollars. I leverage hard capital from investment institutions based off of that network. That money is used to take this guy and put it on every major street in the United States, and then every major street in the emerging markets, and then in every major city in the world, right? So that's the idea. That's how we get here. And that's how I'm doing. I'm doing all from a grassroots level, all from a community-based level. And so it's real. I'm just, whatever. It's happening.